Hey guys, Chris here again with Project Nerf, and welcome to another edition of Nerf ER, the show where we take modified Nerf blasters that need a little help and get them back in the game. And today, we're going to take a look at my personal XM8 long Stryfe. The blaster does function, but it had to be hastily rewired for just full auto when it burned out its second V2 full auto, or V2 select fire kit. So, we've got a brand new V6 kit that we're going to install in it today and see if we can get it functioning the way it's supposed to work. Let's do it!
Paging Dr. Chris. Dr. Chris to the ER. Paging Dr. Chris to the ER, please.
Alright, as you can see, we've got it opened up. Now, this is a little jank in here, guys, because I had to do it on the battlefield. So you can see we've got our big rev trigger switch, and that's a little loose. But this was done out of dart switch plate, so I'm gonna have to fix that up. Our cage here is a BSP, or black steel props cage with worker wheels and a set of Neo Hellcat motors, so that is super cool. We're going to continue disassembling here while I'm talking. Get the wire guide out of there. We're going to have to unscrew the cage. Which, remember guys, in a Stryfe, the cage screws look like the body screws, but they are decidedly longer, so that should give us that. There we go. Pull our front end pieces off of here. That's for our body kit, so we'll just set it off to the side. Cage is loose. We're going to go ahead and take the mag release loose here, because the new kit apparently has a switch that goes in there for the mag detection system, so that's kind of cool. Oops, spring made a run for it. I got it, so we'll just put those parts in there because I don't know if I'll need them again. We're going to take the rev trigger out. Definitely going to have to hot glue that switch down. I haven't had any problems with it revving, but you can see what I had to do here. When the board went, I wired everything up direct, literally. This little tiny switch now is carrying the pusher, and it's just wired up direct. And on a 3S, that's a pretty big ask. Now, I haven't had any trouble with it. It's worked quite well as is, but again, we've got all new stuff getting ready to go in it here, so I think we can dispense with most everything here. And inside the battery door, whoops, there's two very, very fine little screws that unscrew the pusher motor. There's one of them. I may have to go get a different screwdriver here. Let's see. No, there we go. It came out. Alright, so I've got the pusher motor out of there. There we go. It's out of the block. Battery leads are coming in. We're just going to get rid of all of it. Everything's watered out really badly anyway. And yes, Chris's blasters from Project Nerf wear out from use. And you know, just a heads up to everybody, if you do modified blasters, guys, stuff is gonna wear out. That's just the nature of the game. That's how it works. So what we're gonna do is go ahead and get our clippers, clip everything loose. I'm gonna leave the motor leads nice and long because I don't know how long they need to be to go to the new board. And then we're going to cut everything else loose. Now we're going to save this pusher. And the reason we're going to save the pusher is because it's a good system. It's brass gears, as you can see here. And this can be put into make an auto Stryfe. Now, funny enough, this 180 motor, which is an FK 180, doesn't turn the revs that you would expect it to turn. But this was getting about 8 darts a second, give or take, on full auto, rigged up like this. So I'm not terribly upset with that. And I'm ultimately it served pretty well. But I'm very disappointed with the auto kits in general at this point. It's actually killed 2 of them. And the same thing happened, the board just torched, and I assume it's because of the big 3S battery that we're running in this thing to power these Neo Hellcats. So, anyway, I'm going to cut this wiring loose, get the new kit out, and show you guys where we need to cut and modify things to make them fit. Alright, you can see I've removed my cage, and I've got these big old Neo Hellcats in here, and I left lots of wire on there. Since it's already wired up, there's no need to mess with that. The ST60 connector is probably going to be a little short, but that's okay. I'll replace it with the with an AMAS style with the cover, just because I really like those. Here is the rotary switch that came out of it. Then you can see, since the body has already been carved to fit the majority of this stuff. So now that we've got all of these old pieces out, we're going to go ahead and just replace the switch. This one works okay, but we're going to screw the new one down and then hot glue it in place too. So I'm going to get a new switch, and but before I do that, let's open up the kit and take a look. This stuff right here, the little micro switch, the piece that went on the trigger, that's going to be trash. We're throwing it away. All this stuff is. The black plate, I might hang on to that in case the new one happens to be orange or something like that, because I don't want an orange plate on my Stryfe. Okay, so there is a lot of stuff in this kit, guys. So let me go and get some of that out of here. Alright. And it looks like it's all pre-plugged. Or at least mostly. Alright, so here's the new board. The main board, it's labeled as such. You can see here's the new pusher kit. And, oh wow, that design is nicer. I like that. The new pusher arm. We got some little pieces in here. There's a trigger return spring. The mag release. Looks like the cover for the region that would have gone right here. And then here, in this one, are the exterior pieces for the pusher, the selector switch. I'm sorry, I'm really messing up here for you guys. And while I'm not doing a full install, okay, see, it did come with an orange plate, which, I don't, well, my motor cover's orange, and that matches pretty good, so I guess I could put the orange motor cover on it. But I've got this black one that is identical to it, so the screw holes and everything, so I can put the black one right back on, too. So what they give you is this, this is the interior plate, which again is the same as the original kit. You knock this little center ring out, and it ends up looking like this. And the rotary switch screws into it. Okay, and with the reason that it comes with this monster screw, that's how you put this kit together, guys. You take this plate before you remove that center post, and you line it up inside where it's supposed to be, and you. There we go. With a little tab facing backwards there, and you can see, and then you drive this screw right through your plastic. Okay, so it comes out like that. Same thing with the small screws. And what that does is it creates holes in the shell of your blaster for you to screw your plate down. The inner drive piece work the same way in the other kit. It looks like this one's just a drop-in. So anyway, I'm going to start assembling everything here, and Oh, wait, we got one more thing. There's, for whatever reason, there's an LED in there. I don't think that was actually part of this kit, though. I think it just ended up in this box, because I've had this kit around for a long, long time. Alright, driver board. Okay, guys, so we're going to start with the far side of the shell, the part that we normally just remove. So, right here, it just fits in really nicely, is the photo eye for the dart detection. And it comes with a sticky tape that you can stick in there, but I put a little dab of glue on either end of it, too, because I didn't like the way it was holding in, and it was kind of jutting out. I didn't want the mag to hit it. So, maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think so. This portion, as we were talking about before, you take and with the circle piece and drive the big screw through to get your hole here, and then drive the small screws through it to punch the holes. Then you assemble it as such. Now, it's very, very important. Note the orientation, and I'm going to try to get this on camera for you. Focus. Focus. There we go. See the angle that that's at? The notch? That's how that has to be. Okay, and the lever, if I can find it, which this is a really nice one, it's actually got a little screw sticking out of it, is going to go on with the tab facing straight back. Now, that doesn't fit super well. I've heard people dremeling, I've heard people doing stuff. I'm going to show you a little pro tip that normally works out well. You can heat the PLA here with a cigarette lighter or something like that, and it'll become a little malleable, and it should go on there for you. So we're gonna, not too much, you don't want to warp it, you just want to make it a little softer so that you can, and that's pretty good. I see I've pushed that on there, and you know, it is working. So now the little tiny screw in the top of it here helps to hold it on. So we're going to tighten that thing up. I'm going to go ahead and push this down just a hair more if I can get it to ride down, just because I want to make sure that it doesn't come off. Gluing these can be a huge mistake if you ever have to take it apart. So I would highly recommend against gluing. When we've tightened our screw, and you can see it's flushing. So that would be full auto, 3-shot burst, and semi-auto. Okay, so that's this side of the shell. Okay, guys, so like I said, should have read the instructions completely, but you can see we've got our access door in. We put this board in. We'd already showed you that. This plate screws through the 2 holes in that board, and it holds the trigger down. Okay, and then this mag lever goes in place of the stock one, and it even comes with the spring. And little screw. Now, you don't want to screw that down too tight, because there's a little tiny switch, and I knew there is no way my camera will focus on it. But right at the tip of the orange guy there's a little micro switch that gets actuated when that moves. And so all that's working good. The trigger works on, there's no mechanical switches in there that I saw. It looked like a Hall effect. Switches, just as the plastic passes them, it says, okay, something's there, something's not there. So if I've done this right, ostensibly, this thing's ready to go back together. I put the wires through here and soldered on my new XT60. So I'm going to go ahead and tentatively button it back up. Now, what you notice is there's no big rev switch in here. I've seen some of these boards that come with an option to put a rev trigger in. I did not see one on either one of the boards. I guess I'm just not going to have a rev trigger. Now, I know for a fact that this trigger is a twin stage in this kit, so you don't need the rev trigger. I just put it in there for looking at. It's going to be a little weird, I think. But, nothing I can do about that. I can't add ports to it where they don't exist. So I'm going to put it back together and we'll see if it'll work. Alright guys, now that we have the kit installed, I've got this Worker 22 completely loaded up. We got a battery in it, so let's give it a test here. To turn this particular variant of the kit on, and I know there was more than one, some of them you have to hold the mag release to turn it on. This one you just pull the trigger and you can see it's showing safe, or SAF, because this kit came with a 4-position selector. So all the way up is safe mode. So we're going to flip it down into single fire. Now guys, remember this particular kit is a twin stage main trigger. The rev trigger does not do anything anymore, so let's see here. That looked good. You can see here we fired off 3, and hopefully it shows. The ammo counter has showed that we have fired 3. It just counts up. So let's flip it down into burst. Okay, so we've got that. A couple of those. We're up to 9. Down into full auto, and let's go here. We're showing an empty magazine. So when we go to load it again, so it would have to have a dart. So I've just got 1 in the mag now. When we reload it, you can see the counter goes back to 0. And we'll set it back to select fire to semi-automatic. There it goes, and now it's blinking again. So to turn the kit off, we're going to hold the mag release button in. And as you can see, everything's shut down. So I store it in safe mode. Guys, let me know what you think about this kit. I think it's pretty cool. Hopefully it holds up better than the other ones. This one, the voltage can be set for what voltage that you're running. So I'm optimistic that this one will hold up better. I'm getting used to the 2-stage main trigger and not using my rev. And but all in all, yeah, I'm pretty impressed with the V6 full auto kit. Guys, remember to like, subscribe, and hit that notifications button, as we've got a lot of great new content coming up. Check us out on Facebook. We've been trying to be more proactive about keeping that updated, at least once a week, trying to put something on there for you. And remember to check out the shop. I've got several blasters that are nearing completion that are going to be going in there real soon, along with the inventory that we already have. So definitely remember to check those things out. Till next time, this is Chris for Project Nerf saying have a blast.